The woman knew there was something wrong with the food, but still chose to eat it anyway, just at that critical moment. Her daughter knocked the chopsticks out of her hand, yet the woman said nothing. She then asked her what was going on. The girl wanted to explain, but the principal picked up her phone and threatened her. Just earlier, a female student in the cafeteria suddenly foamed at the mouth and collapsed to the ground. Everyone was in an uproar. The girl rushed over to help her up and anxiously asked what had happened. With a trembling hand, the student used the last of her strength to point at the food on the ground. The girl picked it up and was shocked to find dog bite marks on the food. The school had actually reprocessed food that had been eaten by dogs and served it to the students. But at that moment, unexpectedly, principal rushed over and snatched the phone from her hand. He then walked over to the poisoned girl, saw the name on her badge was unfamiliar and ordinary, clearly not someone from a powerful family. So the principal outright denied the poisoning, questioning why others were fine if the food was really tainted. After saying that, he turned to leave. The girl tried to grab her phone back to call for help, but the principal smashed it on the spot and then slapped her hard across the face. Right in front of everyone, he even announced she was expelled. Little did he know, he would soon pay the price for his actions, because the girl's mother was actually the head of the food safety inspection team at the same time. They had just received orders from their superiors to conduct surprise inspections at several university cafeterias. Hearing this news, the principal rushed to cover up the school's tracks, but the accident had already happened. The woman decided to visit her daughter at school, but couldn't reach her no matter what. She immediately feared something had happened and set off for the school at once. Meanwhile, the poisoned girl had fallen into a coma and was in critical condition, but the principal remained indifferent. He was trying to disperse the crowd to prevent the incident from spreading. The girl tried to leave, but the principal wouldn't let her go. He even demanded she kneel and apologize to him. At that moment, the cafeteria manager burst in, gasping for breath, saying the inspection team had arrived at the school gate. The principal panicked instantly and ordered the poisoned student to be moved. No one noticed the name tags she dropped, but then the principal picked up a soup ladle and struck her on the head. The girl instantly lost all strength. Only then did the principal help her up and coldly threatened her if she kept quiet, the poisoned student would be taken to the hospital. But if she said a single word, that student would be left to die. The girl was furious and swore to fight the principal to the end. But in the end, she was no match for the principal, just as the slap came again. Her mother finally arrived in time, anxiously asking what had happened. But the girl, thinking of the principal's threat, could only grit her teeth and lie. The woman instantly saw through it and pressed for the truth. Just then, Governor arrived at the scene as well. The woman realized things were more complicated than they seemed and immediately requested the food be sent for testing. The principal tried to stop her, but to her surprise, the governor agreed, though claiming the process would take a week, suggesting the woman ask the girl directly instead, worried about the poisoned student's safety. The girl lied and said the food tasted fine. The governor smiled broadly, saying his own daughter at the school said the same thing.